What is up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Fudge Muppet. It's Scott here with another Elder Scrolls 6 discussion all about classes. Now, as we know, in Skyrim, classes were removed. Some people hated this, some people liked this. I was fine with it. It was okay. But for someone who really likes role-playing, I think Skyrim could benefit from classes, and this doesn't particularly restrict anyone because of the nature of the new leveling system. It could be very easily implemented. It could simply function like the racial skill bonuses you get. So say you pick Nord, and then on top of that, you pick a warrior class. So you get the plus whatever it is to two-handed, plus 5 to heavy armor, plus 5 to whatever it is, and then have on top of that, you pick a warrior class which has certain tagged skills, or you can make a custom class and just basically tag skills that you want to have a further bonus on to start the game with. Now, this would be really appealing to any person that likes role-playing to any large degree because it allows you to actually be good at something from the start. If you want to role-play as a knight from wherever land, and then you come to Skyrim and you've basically got a skill of 21-handed, even though you've been a knight your entire life, it kind of feels crappy. Or if you're a master archer from Valenwood and you've only got 25 archery, I'd even suggest that instead of starting off with 15 being the base, I'd say every single skill starts off as 5, then there's the racial bonuses, then there's the class bonuses. And because there is no major minor skills, it's not like any of the other skills are any harder to level up than the ones you've already picked, so it's not like it's a big disadvantage. You can still go out and master every skill if you want to, or if you change your mind, so it still keeps the more casual players happy and doesn't sort of exclude any demographic, but also while giving people like me or many of you guys who like the role-playing aspects to these games and liked classes and liked having a bit of direction from the beginning of the game, it would allow us to make that cool orc warrior with a double war axe, and he's a fierce barbarian. He used to be an orc chief, but he's actually fierce and powerful, not just an apprentice with an axe. And if anything, this is probably better for the whole argument where you should be able to play any sort of race. Because if you want to make a wood elf knight, it's very plausible because you're not just restricted to that racial bonus at the start, you can also add a class on top of that, which will give you class bonuses, so you can have your one-handed heavy armor and speech added onto your wood elf, which normally doesn't have those bonuses, so it sort of balances out. And of course, it wouldn't be as good as if you picked a Nord Knight or something like that, but it still gives you that little leg up at the start, therefore allowing you to pick your favorite race. Just personally, I think this would be a better system. It could incentivize playing other races as brand new combinations and stuff, not feeling like you've been gimped out of stats or a certain head start that you didn't have because you didn't pick a certain race. Though then we get onto another little section of argument debate that I like to talk about, and is whether there should be sort of distinct racial advantages, like a wood elf being able to draw 20% faster or something with a bow or stuff like that. But that's all sort of role-playing type things. I'd like races to have very distinct advantages in terms of passive skills to make them worthwhile playing over the other ones, like a different experience. But regardless of that, classes would allow it to balance out a fair bit, because you know what? Most people play a elf mage or a orc warrior or a Khajiit thief. It'd be really nice to be able to play a Khajiit knight straight off the bat and not have to feel like you're way behind everyone else. Because maybe it's in your Khajiit's backstory that you were a knight for 40 odd years, or that's a bit long, but 20 years or something like that. It allows your character's history to make sense. Because we even struggle sometimes with the backstories for our Skyrim builds where we have like this super experienced witch hunter or something, or I don't remember, some kind of character, some famed knight or warrior, or has some sort of skill previous in his life, and then he comes to Skyrim and blank, basically all gone, nothing. And he's got to build his skill all the way back up again for no particular reason. So if we had classes, I think that would completely counter that. Anyways, you guys let me know what you think in the description below. My name is Scott. Check us out on social media, subscribe, and I will see you next time in another Elder Scrolls or Fallout video.